How's it going, people? How's everybody going? I can see we've got John from Tokyo is here. Sam is here. Do you think it's too far to cancel the rugby, mate? Surely closed doors at least. I think it's just because Auckland's restrictions are a bit different, mate. Uh, Britannia, Two Cents Rugby. You think we will go into full lockdown? Hope not. You're in Wellington. Hopefully they get it under control, man. It sounds like they got, from what they tell us in the media, it sounds like they got it under control. Ricardo is in BA. How are you, sir? Hate to think what the time is there. Nov Mum, how are you? Michael's got his coffee. He's got his multi-screen. And he's watching the rugby. I just realized I haven't got my notebook. Where is it? Somewhere on the floor. There it is, of course. On the floor. Next to coat hangers. I'm going to be following your lead, Michael, for tomorrow's game because I'll be watching that Sale Sharks going to Harlequins game. That will be a morning one for me, so I'll be drinking coffee rather than beer for that one. Blake says I can finally catch the weekend games. Always a good thing when life allows you to catch the rugby. At least got the kettle on. Good man. Like I said, I'm going to have that set for tomorrow. 11J said, I'm good, bro. Working from home. Kids are running amok. But apart from that, cannot complain. I got sick and they said I can't even get tested because you didn't travel. Ugh, jeez. I called my doctor about my throat, which has just been ongoing, and he just said it's only necessary to get a test if I broke out into a fever, which is good because I didn't want to get a test because it's been like people have been waiting 6 hours to get a test, so I feel like I'm zero risk of getting COVID myself, so I think I would be wasting everyone's time to get it, but there you go. Got my coffee as I work from home listening to 2 Cents. Good man. Do long dong, do coffee, Michael. I wish. I've been on the hunt for more beer. I've been looking for Brains from Wales. I've been looking for Long Dong from Taiwan. I've been looking for Great Northern from Australia. I can't find nothing. New Zealand's got a really limited beer selection. Big Will, how are you, sir? I am going good myself. Thoughts on Stormers v Saracens 2020? Is that confirmed? I only heard rumours about that one. Hey Tian, back on the milk, good man. Company closed for the open period, so able to catch the stream and have a beer. Wee lad is napping. My kids are also napping. One of them essentially through that wall right there. So hopefully she stays asleep. Will you be watching Cell Sharks v Quins? Yes, I'm going to watch it, bro. I looked at all the games that are on in the Premiership this weekend, and 6:45 a.m. is the most appealing time slot. So I'm going to go with that one tomorrow. Irish whiskey, that'll get you up in the morning. Jordan, how are you, man? Yeah, our beer sucks. I just wanted to find some variety, man, but it's like every shop has the same stuff. And if they do like non-mainstream beers, they only do craft beers. Like there's no like middle market for like imported but mainstream beers. Beers which are overseas mainstream but imported to New Zealand. Apart from the standard, there's like Heineken, there's Stella, which is locally brewed anyway. There's Corona, there's, I don't know, Beck's, all the standard kind of ones. Darmundi, how are you, mate? Can the Force find a win? I feel like I have picked the Force. I could be mistaken, but I feel like I took a punt. We've just kicked off if you're watching the game as well. So if I'm ahead of you, feel free to pause me. Did I seriously pick the Force? I did. I picked the Force. There you go. Probably live to regret that. But I figured the Tars are kind of like my Blues used to be, and that they won't play well 2 weeks in a row. That's my logic. Elaran, how you, mate? Britannia, I have to order them. It takes a week. For beers? I'd wait a week if I could get the beer that I wanted. I just can't find anything. Right, the Force have started the game in the Tars half, which is a bit of good news for my pick. And they're hot on the attack. Offload. Kyle Goblin's got his second touch within a minute. Clock has just hit 1 minute. Crazy pick to pick the Force. I know, man. I know, but the Tars cannot live up to that standard 2 weeks in a row. I think they've lost... They've lost most of the games with Simmons as captain, and he's back this week, so there's a logic in there somewhere, man. Maybe it's just going with my heart and that I want the Force to win because I have their sweet, sweet jersey. Why aren't you watching the Warriors? Because the Union's on, man. Oh, and the Force have just knocked it on into touch. I wish Austrian rugby was already playing again. Is it still in lockdown, man? Still no sports? No organised sports being played? Oof, big hits. Johnny Lance looking sleek with the shaved head. He'll be 2 seconds faster because of it. As long as he's gotten rid of that blonde dude, man. It's a big V8 show. How are you, mate? 2 minutes in. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Waratahs line out. She's a messy one, but they've got the ball back. Thoughts on Apiwa Dianti and that situation? I haven't heard anything about that guy since he was busted doping. Waratahs have put it into touch, so it's the Force who will have a line out right on halfway with 2.5 minutes gone. Warriors suck. For years, the Blues have sucked as well, so Auckland teams generally just suck. Think you're hoping for a shock result to catapult you up on Super Brew? That's probably part of it, man. That's probably part of it. I'm quite far behind on Super Brew. I'm just in the top 50, so I need a big upset to shoot me up the rankings. Jordan says, I picked the Force to win, not like this week could get any better. You and me are in the same boat then, bro. Soccer, baseball, cricket all being played. Rugby, just no organised league this year because they can't afford the COVID restrictions necessary. Makes sense. I guess some of those sports also, especially baseball and cricket, it's easier to do social distancing than rugby. All of the people with a poor Super Brew picks are hoping to snag a Force one. Yeah, you got to take a gamble somewhere. If you just pick the favourites every week, you'll just be mid-table. Blues to sign Kanye West. Oh, the Blues are being rumoured to sign everybody, man. Scrums are going to be important. First one's just gone to ground, so we will have a reset. And I am going to crack open a beer. Tell you, working from home. I think I've earned a beer. Anyway, cheers everybody. Hope you're well wherever you're at. Oh, bugger. Tars got the first penalty at scrum time. That doesn't bode well. That does not bode well for my Force pick. Cheers, Johnny. Sport24, yes, I know about that news site. Has a couple of articles on Dianti. Unfortunately, they have recently made all the interesting articles as a subscribers only thing. What are they saying about him from the headlines anyway? Oh, God, here come the Waratahs. Oh, but their set move has knocked it on. But they'll get another chance to scrum it. Champions League later. bed later, and then Premiership Rugby in the morning. You're drinking the old KGB, nice. Are you disappointed DC never got to play in the Blues jersey? I'm a little bit torn, like selfishly. If he was going to get a run, I wanted to be there to see it. And the Eden Park was already sold out before I got tickets, so I'm kind of relieved I didn't miss out on that as a totally selfish point of view. But from a wider perspective, I would have loved to see him get a run in a Blues jersey, man. That's pretty gutting. No Nihi, no Dan, no Julian. I was going to say Adi. No Julian Savia, so yeah. It's a bit of a bugger, mate. Premiership wants socially distanced celebrations. They've identified that as a main issue with possible transmission playing rugby. Socially distanced celebrations? Are you kidding? So the scrums and stuff aren't the problems. Tackles. Just celebrations. Eduardo, thank you, sir. You're a gentleman. Did I have tickets to the Blues game? Nah, bro, I didn't. I mucked around and didn't go for them too late, and they'd already sold out when I went to look. Blues would have won. We'll never know. Would Razor Robinson have done his breakdance if the Crusaders had won? Bit of space out there for the Tars. I'm not looking too pleased with my pick, to be honest. Hurricanes Highlanders was going to be Saturday afternoon. No crowd, of course. Yeah, that's true. Met Julian a lot. Good guy. That's always good to know when the guys are not. Waratahs have got another penalty. Always good to know when the guys are also good blokes, along with good players. Do you think North-South should be relocated? Where would you think they should play it? I can't see it being played at Eden Park. I've got tickets for that one. I can't see it going ahead. I guess Wellington's one of the next biggest stadiums, right? Blues game is canned, indeed. Tian's finished his first milk. Bro, go easy on the milks. Right, 8 minutes in. Tars are lining up a penalty. I've got to say, apart from about the first 2 minutes, they have looked the better team. My pick for the Force is seeming like a bit of a mistake. 3-0. Oh, I should put the score up. Jeez, oh no, I could do it with the whiteboard. What am I thinking? 3-0. The Blues say the game was worth $2 million. That does hurt the bank account. Yeah, their CEO was on the radio about a day or two before the new lockdown was announced, saying that if they hadn't got games this season, they probably would have gone insolvent, and that the good crowds actually helped them out a lot. And I think they were really looking forward to a sizable chunk of change from that Crusaders match, but not to be. We're back to the whiteboard. Yeah, I wanted to wear this Force jersey, and it's got green on it. So I didn't want to have an invisible stomach, so I'm back to the whiteboard. What can I say? I like to alternate now. Did you see the retro jersey the Brumbies are now selling in their web store? No, I did not. But I'm going to check it out now. I've been buying too many jerseys recently, man. What can I say? None of them very expensive. Like that Bulls one I got was like $25. The Sale Sharks one I got was on like half price at least, so never pay full price. Bring it down to Christchurch. Most of the South Island team are Crusaders. We haven't had a test match for years. Bro, you guys need a new stadium. That's the problem. 18,000. I think they'd probably choose Dunedin if they were going to relocate it to get more bums on seats. What do I think should be the future of Super Rugby? Good question, Lewis. I'm kind of in favour of some kind of Champions League style model, which reduces all the travel, but still sees us in contact with the other Sanzar countries. But how that would best be structured, I'm not sure. Like the proposal the Aussies had was two of the best teams, so best two Kiwi, best two Aussie. But like Jordan said, is that too close to the Rugby Championship? Maybe. And if you include more teams, then it doesn't really seem like a Champions League because it's supposed to be the best of the best. I mean, if you wanted to keep it absolutely elite, you could do like a Cup Winners' Cup style thing where you could have like literally just the winner of New Zealand play, the winner of South Africa play. But yeah, I don't know. Wow, Harrison managed to keep that ball in the field of play. I think he prevented a 50-22. Jeez, I gotta make a note of that. Retro jersey is neat, has the old sponsor. Well, I'm surprised they're allowed to do that. Look at him go, far out. If you didn't see that, that was a very athletic dive from Will Harrison to prevent that 50-22. $25 plus courier, yeah. So it was 30. It was 30. 25 plus courier, $5 courier. Invisible body parts are the best party tricks. Whoa, let's not go there. If New Zealand would add a sixth Super Rugby team, what city or region? Taranaki, their Mitre 10 squad is stacked. Maybe one of the bays. I've always wondered why doesn't Queenstown get any rugby? Queenstown's got a nice stadium, but I don't think they have a huge stable population, but I could be wrong. Sort of sad South America wasn't included in the Aussie Champions League proposal. Yeah, everyone seems to be just kind of ignoring the Hawaris at the moment, especially seeing as all the guys are going overseas. Like Creevy has just gone to London Irish, so yeah. $500 million problem with the new stadium. Yeah, it's always expensive to build new stadiums. Tasman could get a team. Surely the South Island doesn't need 3 teams. Surely not. Hawaris were included in one of the ideas for the new league. Maybe as a bracketed one. I can't actually. Oh, you know that you're right. Actually, there were. You're right. There were. I even did a video on it. Jeez. Yeah, it was potentially a South African, New Zealand, Australian, Japanese, and potentially South American team, which is probably by default like the Hawaris or the equivalent. Be great to have you guys up here for a 2-month tour. Oh, goodness me. Here go the Force. I wish we were seeing international rugby right now, but this game's going to have to make do. Is that Stunder? There it is. What a try from the Force. What happened there? It's too busy yapping. Pryor. Jab through, and Stunder's the first one to get to it. That was Richard Kahui that set that up. Good stuff, Force. Hope this isn't the last of rugby in New Zealand. Goodness knows, man. We'll have to wait and see. Ooh, he's just pushed it wide. Stunner's been good this year, says Big Will. He has, man. There's been a few of the Force guys that have been particularly good. Lee Warner's been good. Stowers has been good. Pryor's been good when he's not injured. Ralston's been good. They've had lots of good players. I'm actually pleasantly surprised because, like I said, I watched bugger all rapid rugby, but yeah, it's good to see. If the Force win, off Mum will eat her words. I haven't looked what the Super Brew percentage was, but I would imagine it's like 70% plus that went with the Tars, if not more. Late to the party announced if the games this weekend in New Zealand are affected. Yeah, bro. Canes Landers is going ahead. No fans. Earlier time slot moved to 3 o'clock. 3:05. And Blues Crusaders cancelled. Cancelled outright. No postponement. No fans. It's just out and out done. They've declared it a draw. Funny that Aussies are playing rugby and we are 20 cases shut down everything. Can't we just do no spectators? Yeah, I guess if they'd potentially planned for that earlier, they probably could have arranged the day. But because the plan was always just to do it like at level 1, they didn't have a backup plan. So, yeah. Young Kahui would have got that intercept. Well, old Kahui can still do grubber kicks, so we'll take what we can get. Just hopped on. How's the game so far, Michael? Bro, it's been not bad. Tars scrum was on top, but the Force got a pretty sweet little try just then to go in front. I still think the Tars are looking the better team, despite the fact that they are behind on the scoreboard. But we'll see. You were looking forward to the Satyrs Blues. You and me both, brother. You and me both. Are you still with Telecom? Or Spark? Or did you leave that? Why do I feel like you talked about leaving that job? 4 days notice, it's hard. Yeah. I think if they plan to have, like what they do in the Aussie one, like the swabbing and the temperature checks and all that stuff before you can get in, they probably could have arranged it. But because it was too last minute, they couldn't get it done. Maybe they should have had that as a contingency plan, but they never did. Oh, Matt. Love your work. I appreciate that, man. You're very kind. I gotta admit, I do love the live streams. People talk about it being like sitting down to watch the game with my mates, especially when you're in lockdown. Yeah, it's probably the next best thing, isn't it? The earlier time slots are to avoid lads having too many pints and thus limit time exposure. That may be the real reason, John, but the official reason is because the guys flying down from Wellington need to get back home before some rules kick in. Like they can't stay in Dunedin overnight, so they've moved the game earlier so they can get in and get out. The Tars have just kicked a penalty, so they are back in front. It is now 6 points to 5. Still there, currently supporting the COVID Tracker app. Forgot why I hate the public. This has reminded me. Ooh, the COVID Tracker app. I've got it. I've been using it. I was using it before we were in lockdown. I was being a good citizen and scanning it wherever I went. What do you think of long international tours? I quite like the tours. I somewhat miss the tours, to be honest. You got a chance to really see the squad develop, and they often took some of the younger guys. So yeah, it was good. It has its drawbacks, though, obviously. Hope everything is fine by September 19. I can go and watch Bay of Plenty play. Damn, man. You're already looking forward to Mitre 10 Cup. We joke, but the first COVID outbreak in Austria was literally due to late night partying ski tourists. Yeah. Isn't that one of the ones that went back to the UK? Grant, how's it going, buddy? And yes, Ribsy, they are at Seabus and virtually nobody's there. Isn't likely that the Lions games will affect Super Rugby prospects for next year. New Zealand needs a big audience. Australia needs competition. Yeah, it's all very up in the air at the moment, bro. Very up in the air. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck to play for the Blues next year. The Warriors are saying that's all hot air. We will see. I actually saw the Wallabies test at Seabus v Argentina around 2014. They've played there a couple of times. Argentina got a win there when they were wearing that really ugly kit. I think it was the first Pumas away win in Australia. Oh, go the Honey Badger. That's a highlight, not a live one, if you're not watching it. Look at him go. I love it when he's looking behind. He looks worried that he's going to get caught. Honey Badger was never out and out gas, was he? He's like fast enough, but he was still quite able to be run down. Most people are good, but they use the line to complain about the government. It's like, mate, I don't care. I'm here for the app, Kara, not for you to bash the government. Oh, bro, you're actually dealing with customers? That's rough. Additionally, the COVID outbreaks in Scandinavia all started because of our ski towns. Local mayors and governors still pretend they did nothing wrong. It is going to be a fascinating one to watch, man. Like how things pan out. Hopefully, a year from now, we'll all be looking back at this saying, remember that time we had to stay home? I don't know. We'll see. Russian vaccines and lockdowns here, and Sweden not doing lockdown. It's all over the shop, man. Force defense is holding. It's not all over the shop. I need these force guys to continue tackling. We can now better watch the 2015 quarterfinal versus France or the final versus Aussie since tomorrow's night's game. Gomburgers, yeah, maybe we should do a stream tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Sunday instead. Pick a good game. Is this the Honey Badger's hat trick? I love that guy. Hard work. Never afraid to take it up the guts. Yeah, he loved tackling, didn't he? Managed to purchase the Hawares and Japan Rugby World Cup jerseys. Alaran. The Hawares jerseys are my favorites. And I never got that Japan Rugby World Cup jersey. They sold out like crazy. $40 each. Free postage. Bro, did you get it from a dodgy website or did you get it from a legit one? I've only found one store that sells the Hawares ones. And it's in Argentina. Hope you didn't get it from Wish. Don't tell me you got it from Wish. If it's Wish, it's probably fake. Is that a 50-22? Oh, he took it back. Bugger. Barbarians game, yeah, Barbar's one's a pretty good watch. I had a look and there's definitely a Barbar's game against England from last year on YouTube. How think the scrums going? The scrums are a bit messy, mate, and the Waratahs seem to be getting a bit more love from the ref. Not straight. I planned for Japan. I'm so gutted. Yeah, everyone's plans pretty much went out the window, didn't they? What's tomorrow's game? Tomorrow's game is the Landers and the Canes, followed by the Reds and the Rebels, and then Sunday was supposed to be the Blues and the Crusaders. You learn something new every day. If you take it back over halfway, 50-22 doesn't happen. Yeah, I only found that out after like the first week or two. It's the same as like taking it back into your 22, kicking it out on the full. You can't take it back. Those are some very clean seats in the stands. Probably underutilized of late, mate. What are they doing with the North-South game? Oh, man. That's on the 29th, and our lockdown is supposed to finish on what, like the 26th? Level 3 lockdown is supposed to finish on the 26th. You know after level 3 they're going to go level 2. Level 2, you still can't have big gatherings, so I reckon it is going to be kaput. Do you think Itoje and Farrell will play Super Rugby? I don't think there's enough cash in it for them, bro. I don't think they would get enough money. I think somewhere else would seem preferable. Do a stream on Sunday. Yeah, if I do a stream on Sunday, it'll probably be more like 7, no, later than 7, maybe like 8 o'clock, because my kids will be in bed. The game was planned for the afternoon, but I'll probably do it at night. Not sold on the 50-22, 22-50. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think it's really having the desired effect. I don't see it creating all that much more space like they were trying to. Who's looking better? I reckon that the Tars are looking better, but it's not by much. The last few minutes have been kind of the Force's way. Squid's still doing stuff for World Rugby? Yeah, he's doing one called The Feed, I think, which seems to come out like every fortnight or so. Right, Pryor is lining up a penalty. We're on 27 minutes. Is he going to get it? Is my missus a sports fan? Nope. Not at all. She'd rather watch some soap opera kind of thing. Not really soap opera, but at least some kind of drama. Yeah, he's got it. So that's the third lead change. Force are back in front. If it stays this way, this will be a perfect pick in my Super Brewer. Just saying. Anyone seen this 2 points insanity in netball? The missus watching earlier this week. In the end of the quarter, they have like another zone they can shoot for 2 points. Yeah, outside the circle, right? I think. Tars were up by 30 points this time last week. True enough, this week they're on 6. Oh man, captains for North-South. You probably have to go with one of the existing captains, right? Who are the captains? Tupulotu, Kane. The Canes do co-captains, Perenara, Coles, Taylor, Dixon. I don't think they would go Kane. I reckon they'd give Kane a break. I could be mistaken. I don't think they would make Kane a captain though. Is the Force my team, or am I just going with them tonight? I'm a Blues fan, bro, but it's a blue jersey, and the Waratahs were a blue jersey as well. So I'm really a winner either way, but I have tipped the Force to get a win in this one. Another one doesn't go straight. A bit costly, that. From the Force, can't be giving away free ball, man. It's like the second time. Like a long range shot, kind of like basketball. I guess it works. Unlike rugby trial rules. I'm not a netball guy, but you found it way more interesting. I guess it gives them a bit of variety. Like if your team is behind in netball, your only option is to intercept and go for single pointers. But if you've got the option of going for a double, it's kind of risk reward, right? Oh, another scrum penalty for the Tars. Longbottom. I think he got slammed the week before last as well. He's getting penalised a lot. TAB multi is looking good so far. Oh, that's good news. Oh, it only goes in to play the last 5 minutes of every quarter. Your missus watches a lot of netball. I've been to a couple of netball games. The vibe there is honestly pretty intense. I think because it's indoors, the sound really reverberates, and they give you these like clapper things, these inflatable clappers, and it's a good atmosphere if nothing else. Harrison's just kicked the penalty, so we are trading penalties. It's 9 points to 8 now. Britannia loves netball. Roll on the start of the English season tomorrow. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to that as well. Are you going to stream the Premiership game or just watching it? It's 6:45, so I wouldn't normally stream it, but I'm thinking of streaming it. Definitely thinking of streaming it. Looking at the sale lineup, I forgot how many Safas are there. Bro, it's like half the team. Oosthuizen, Akavanda Merva, 3 Dupree brothers, Faf de Klerk. It's a lot of duos. It's a lot of South African. And Lut de Jager as well. So, yeah. A lot of South African talent in that side. Sometimes purists are just wrong about the rule changes. Yeah, that's definitely true. Natal Sharks versus Harlequins. It does have that feel about it. A lot of those South African guys are actually former Sharks players as well, like from Durban. The Sharks captain is also a Safa. Okay. Loose ball from the Force. Kyle Goblin got them out of jail there. Ross, born in South Africa, he's the captain. Janssen van Rensburg is suspended. You should set up Streamlabs something. Donate during stream. What is Streamlabs? Is that ILLD? What does that do? Uh-oh. Gordon's been dragged down like 7 meters short of the line. Here go the Tars. Has to be a try. Yep. That's a try. Maddox. Fakiti. Gordon with the line break. Maddox with the big pass. Sure enough, it's a try. 2 cents. ILD equals I would. Oh, really? What is it though? What is that thing? Streamlabs to donate during stream. You can just do super chats, right? Isn't that the same thing? Anyway, Gordon line break. Maddox pass. And it was Newsom. No, they're putting the booing noise over the like the sound effect over the audio. That's quite funny, I guess, because it's an away game technically. What's a kick, man? He's kicking good. Phenomenal. Home team always loses at C-Bus. Okay. Super Chat takes 80%. Streamlabs uses PayPal, so you get 90%. Bro, I never even heard of it. I'll investigate. And I think Super Chat is 70%. YouTube gets 30%, I think. I could be wrong. At least you can say the scoreboard is moving. The scoreboard is ticking along. It is. We've had 3 lead changes, 2 tries. My pick for the Force has gone out the window. Tars need the win. Bro, they do. Super Rugby AU is still really tight, which is good. Oh, here come the Waratahs again. They're on the 22. Here's trouble. Intercept try for the Force, maybe? And they're still just outside the 22. Come on, Force. Defend, man. Blake. Blake says $7 for 7 points, closer to my Super Brew pick. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I'll take it when you said 7 points, you're talking to the Tars. You didn't pick the Force, did you? You wouldn't have been that silly. Maddox is looking better at 15. I reckon as well, bro. He's still not the best defensively, is he? And under the high ball, he still bobbles a few, but he's getting better. And that just comes with practice. With 15 phases, the Force's defense is holding. Simmons thought about an offload, but made the wise choice just to take the tackle, and he's down on the ground now. He's getting up gingerly. The Tars, of course, Blake. You wouldn't be silly enough to pick the force. That was just me. And Jordan. 20 phases. They're about a meter out. 10 seconds from the hooter. That's 40 minutes. Remember, if they get held up, that's it. Well, I guess it would be anyway because they go for a scrum. But it'll be a dropout. But anyway, same difference. It'll be the end of the half. Come on, Forces. Hold on. 24 phases. Goodness me. Oh, they've held it up. After 24 phases. Whoa, good stuff. Allison's happy. Good on you, Allison. 16-8, that's still doable. If they'd scored there, that would have been looking pretty messy. Half time. "92% of people picked the Tars," said Alaran. Goodness me. Well, I hope I'm one of the 8% that gets this one right. Anytime a bomb goes up, Maddox yells, "Yours." He isn't the most comfortable under the high ball. Yeah, he still seems to be learning. I would have thought Aussies with the AFL background should be like the Kings in the air, right? Or is it quite possible to go through your whole like school life without not playing like AFL even at lunchtime? Seasons Rugby, look into Streamlabs, bro, and put in the description. Doesn't hurt. Most us don't like Super Chat. I will investigate, bro. I can honestly say I've not heard of it, but I'm always learning. What a waste. 24 phases. Oh, I'm glad they held it out. What do I think of this new centre pairing for the Force? Well, I was certainly liking Kahui when he put that little kick through. They're both certainly experienced guys, both internationals. Well, the good ones in the air play AFL, not Union. Okay, is that how it works? I'm about to look up the halftime stats. A lot of Aussie blokes I know don't even like Aussie rules. A lot of Aussies love the game. Yeah. My mate lives in Adelaide and he said it's all AFL. Nobody knows the Union there. They're like the Kings in the air. The Southern Kings, that's not the Kings you want to be in the air. You guys were talking about netball earlier, and this is just a bit of an aside. I don't think I've told this before. I actually won a washing machine once by winning a netball shoot-off at a appliance store. Like, before I had a YouTube channel, I was real big on entering competitions on Facebook, and I won heaps of crap. I entered a lot more competitions than I won, but I won all kinds of stuff, like ridiculous, like stuff I didn't even want. I would just enter competitions, and I entered a competition for netball tickets and a washing machine. So 10 people would win netball tickets, and then those 10 people could go to the store, the appliance store, on a nominated day to have a netball shoot-off for a washing machine. And all the other people who entered, only 8 people showed up. 2 of the people didn't show up, and all the other 7 were women. And I'm like 6'4", which is 194 centimeters. So I was a lot taller than all of them, a lot. And I'm not a particularly good netball shooter, but I feel like being 6'4" was certainly an advantage. And I tied with 2 of the ladies in the first round, and then second round I absolutely found my groove, and I just kept sinking. You had like a time limit. You had 60 seconds or something, or 30 seconds to get as many netballs as you could, and I just smashed it. My wife said, because she was watching, the lady who had to go behind me was just giving me the fingers as I kept getting more and more in. So I won a washing machine. There you go. Yeah, they made me do a speech afterwards. They said, "How do you feel?" And I basically said, "I feel like it's good to be tall in this situation." I said to the ladies, "If any of you had been as tall as me, I'm sure you would have won." But yeah, that was what it was. All right, halftime match stats. Ooh, something must be broken with ESPN. Oh no, there it is. It's been updated. Run meters 69 to 206. Man, that's in the Tars' favor. Position 32-68 to the Tars. Territory 37-63 to the Tars. That's ominous reading. Tackling percentage, though, for the Force is 90%, which is encouraging, although it's 95% for the Tars. Force have made 85 tackles. The Tars have made 40. Penalties conceded 4-2. 2 of those penalties are long bottom. Do I still have the washing machine? Did I donate the washing machine? No, I sold it. And believe me, washing machines are bloody hard to get rid of. Nobody wants one. I already had one. I didn't need one. That's what I'm talking about. I was obsessed with competitions that I didn't even want to enter. I mean, my wife sold it to one of her workmates. This is like, we're talking 2016. She sold it to one of her workmates for like a third or a quarter of its value. So, yeah, we did all right. I can't complain, man. It was a washing machine for nothing. So, yeah. Is Gazza tall? Nah, he's not that tall. He's like 5'11", 5'10", maybe. He's getting a bit older. What's that? Like 170 something? I said 178, maybe. I would have trash talked him like, yeah, I don't even play netball. Boom. I got a new washing machine. I should have done that. I don't even want a washing machine. Anyway, nah, I'm not that kind of guy. Still got the washing machine. Nah, I flogged it off pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. Won a mainly female competition. That's the thing. It was targeted at women. I mean, I know that's just. I mean, it's probably a bit sexist, but that is what it is, right? Is it a coincidence that it's netball tickets and a washing machine that's the prize, and most of the people entering were women? I looked at all the people they picked, like, because it was just Facebook comments. The majority were women, so that just was what it was. Don't forget your lotto ticket tomorrow. 50 million has to go. Yeah, bro, I got the lotto ticket. I organised like a syndicate at work, so yeah. Is mum tall? Yeah, I think my mum's probably. She's not as tall as dad, but I think for her generation, she's probably a bit taller. As a Kiwi, I just want the Force to get the W. I want them to win as well. I don't know if it'll happen, but it'd be great if they could. Sam wants the Force to stay in touch for the second half. Yes, I think they need to score next. They do need to score next. Is my wife tall? She's like 167, so she's like up to my shoulder. She's all right. Did you at least walk off with a swaggy walk when you won? I don't know. I think I just grabbed my son because he was still only like not even 1 year old by that point, and just like, let's go home, son. And the guy at the store was like, have you got a truck to take this home? And I was like, nope, you'll need to deliver it. So the poor company had to arrange delivery on a product they had given away for free. I should say though, I did practice a little bit, a couple of times a few days before. I did practice my netball shooting. So if you know you're going to be in a competition, you should practice. Yeah. That store's gone out of business now. Actually, I don't think I have the photo on my phone anymore. But yeah, that store got bought out by somebody else. But I was on their Facebook page with my kid and whatnot, and the guy from the washing machine company. Yeah, one of my good moments. I'm expecting my almost 13-year-old to be taller than me by the end of this year. Yeah, when I was that age, I was taller than. I must have passed my mum when I was in intermediate. So, yeah, it happens. Life's not fair. Are you talking about me winning the washing machine or what? If I beat my missus at board games at home, I take a victory lap around the house yahooing. Mm. I gotta admit, if it was my wife, I would probably celebrate a bit more in her face. Basketball style shot or netball? I was just shooting a basketball style, but there's obviously no backboard, so it's a bit different. Um, but yeah. You won 360 on roulette? That's pretty bloody good. I'm expecting my young lad to be a forward. The shame is all but killing you, Joe. Oh, that's tough. Having a look at the old Western Force jersey you have, I didn't realize they changed the swan logo. The one you're wearing is similar, but the swan's head is facing the other way and larger. Are you kidding me? Bro, you're right. It's going the other way. Is that them symbolising them turning their backs on Rugby Australia? Or what? Oh, the Blues game got cancelled. Yes, Grant, life isn't fair in that regard. That's pretty unfortunate. Well, I was really looking forward to it. Just putting that dampener on the Crusaders season? Maybe. Second half's underway. Do you reckon the Force can still take this game from the Waratahs? I think the Force would do well to score next. I hope so, because I picked the Force. John O'Lance has got some headgear on. You won $33 on Lotto last week. I won 15 in my work syndicate, so we just bought another ticket. You know much about club rugby in Scotland? Are we talking the level below Pro 14? I really hope it's something like that, but the new one looks better at glance. At a glance, maybe it's an upgrade. Yes, it seems slightly bigger. Your jersey is inside out. I don't think so. I did once though record a video with my jersey inside out, and then just as I went to check it before I uploaded it, I realized it was inside out, and I did it again. Maddox with the mark. Waratahs force will make up for at least, Grant. This is a game with something on the line. That game was technically a dead rubber. Super 6 and below. Grant, no, I'm totally ignorant to the club rugby scene in Scotland. Is that the level that Borders play now? Or am I mistaken? Be interesting to see what would have happened if the Landers had beaten the Crusaders last week. That's true. I think they still would have declared it a draw, and that would have maybe set the Hurricanes up. Hans, good morning, man. Good evening from here in New Zealand. We're in the second half. The Force desperately need a score. They got the ball. They're in the Tars half, so looking good so far. It's brutal, apart from Edinburgh Academical. Oh, man. The Waratahs are going to need a good exit because they are about a metre out from their own goal line after they kick through. Western Force have started the second half with a hiss and a roar, which is good. That's what we need to see. Yes, the team in the Borders play out of Green Yards where the Melrose Sevens is played. I see. I got some cash on the Force to beat the Tars, Jolene. That's brave. I don't have any cash on them, but I did pick it in the Super Brew prediction, so fingers crossed. Yeah, maybe Godwin's kick, maybe he should have held it. Rumours Crusaders were misusing the trophy as a doorstop, the media. Bro, there's been all kinds of trophies that have been mistreated. All kinds. I got sent a video on Twitter of the French guys using the top 14 trophy as a boogie board. Someone told me about Real Madrid dropping their Copa del Rey, like the cup, under the bus, and it got run over. So that's a thing. It's a thing. Oh no! Oh no! Maddox has got too much gas here. The crowd, which is not there, goes wild. That might be game. That might be game. You guys who picked the Tars by 15 are suddenly looking a lot wiser than me. Too good, man. Too good. Still can't get over the Crusaders' last try last week to play out of foot and touch here. They didn't check it. Never drink from a cup, especially after a long bus trip home at the clubhouse. Yeah, that's probably a good point, mate. I've heard all kinds of stories about cups. I saw all the Springboks guys drinking out of the cup, and I thought, maybe not. $23.8. She's not looking good for the Force. It's way too early to call an AU game. There could be another 40 points too, right? Let's hope. The original Calcutta Cup isn't given to the teams anymore because the players damaged it after using to drink out of it back in the 80s. Yeah, I remember stories about New Zealand teams like having misplaced the Ranfurly Shield, like it went missing for like a few weeks. So, yeah. Trust a bunch of drunken players who are celebrating winning a trophy with a valuable trophy? Just saying, things are going to happen. How far do you see Australia making it at the World Cup, considering how underfunded grassroots rugby is here in Australia? It's hard to say, man. These Super Rugby AU teams look pretty young, and there's certainly some talent there. But they do need to keep investing at grassroots, otherwise everything above it just falls off the face of the earth, doesn't it? Someone's asked me to do a video about funding, but I'll have to have a look for some data. It seems not that transparent. Although Australia usually does pretty good data. Britannia, cheers, man. Yeah, the family's all good. Thank you, bud. Take care. Johnny Lance is having a mare. Yeah. Have they got... Who else can play 10 for the Force? An Aussie gold medalist dropped his medal in the river. Damn, aren't those things made of... Are they made of gold, or are they just gold-plated? The greatest gold medalist, though, is that Aussie guy, the ice skater. That guy. It was ice skating, right? Speed skating? That one was the ultimate. What's that guy's name? He almost became like a word, didn't he? To mean like lucky. Stephen Bradbury. There you go. That is one of the... Didn't he have it in the semi-final and the final? The semi-final one wasn't quite as bad, but he still had some competitors get taken out. So good. So good. Okay, the Force have actually got a bit of advantage at the scrum for once. Short track speed skating. A sport that Australia should not be in the final of. But he managed to get the gold. ARU needs to fund grassroots to make sure clubs aren't attached to private school. Do more. Juniors can come through. It doesn't all go to private schools. Yeah, man, it all starts at grassroots. I think New Zealand is having similar issues as well. Steve Goldie Bradbury. Definition of never giving up, and yet both finals. Bro, that guy's just lucky. Never giving up, that's right, yeah. I'm pretty sure they said if his competitors hadn't scrambled across the line, they would have had to redo the race because at least 2 people need to finish or something. Force of putting the pressure on, but no try. Kahui with his kicking again. My Norwegian relatives use it frequently in conversation, a Bradbury, basically meaning winning by showing up or unlikely win, but can also mean strategic win if it was ugly. Assuming speed skating is a bigger thing in Norway. Yeah, I seem to remember the Bradbury thing was big when it happened, but has largely been forgotten, although apparently you guys all remembered, so maybe not. If you haven't seen it, Google him, watch the video on YouTube. It is a classic. You will not forget it. Come on, Force. You guys need to score a try to make this a competitive one. Breakdown stuff's a bit messy. The American was cut as well. He came in third. He didn't want it re-raced. Is that right? That was... Oh, he's released it. Oh, he's almost been turned over. Come on, Force. Just a try. Just one try, please. Here we go. 8 phases. And about 8 meters to go. And they got advantage. Force is surely going to get some points here. I would be strutting and peacocking hard if I won a gold medal like that. I'd wear the gold medal everywhere at clubs, weddings, and funerals. Remind me not to play any kind of competitive sports with you, Big Will, because I get the feeling you're going to rub it all up in my grill if you win. Curry Cup trophy is 128 years old and still going strong. Yeah, I'm sure it's seen some stuff it didn't want to see. Watched Dan Carter Perfect 10 the other day. What a player. He is indeed. Probably the best I've ever seen. It's a stupid sport though. It's like 10 blokes skating around a bathtub. Of course they're going to crash every so often. It's part of the sport. Also probably quite true. Who would win out of the Chief and the Force? I think I'd still be back in the Chiefs. The Chiefs came so close in so many of their games. With the Crusaders Blues game being declared a draw, will Super award a margin point? I don't think they do. I think they usually basically just delete that game and mulligan it. Winter sports remind me of Tallulah. That's a reference I'm not getting. Dan Carter was crap. I've no backing for this. I'm just feeling contrarian. Well, to be fair, in 2015, a lot of people were saying, nah, he shouldn't be played. They should play Barrett. Chiefs will be top of the Aussie comp. Ooh. Would they? They had a lot of injuries. Brumbies are doing pretty well. Force still in with a shout. If they score here, that's got to be a try. Held up. He's going to say no try. He's going to team over, but no try. On-field calls, no try, surely. Oh, he's already checked it. No grounding. Goodness me, that was quick. I would love to see a club level front row enter the Olympics as a bobsled team. Are you drinking this early, Grant? What? Technically, would Kahui be available for the Wallabies? If he did the Olympic loophole, I think it'd be the only way, right? My favourite sports story like that, though, is Denmark winning Euro in football. They never qualified, only winning because Yugoslavia broke up and could no longer enter a single team. The team didn't want to play, they didn't have a coach, and they won the bloody thing. I'd never heard of that before. That must have been a while ago. If Yugoslavia is breaking up, are we talking 80s? 90s? Early 90s? '92. There you go. It's 1:14 in the desert, mate. Well past drinking time. Oh, okay. Iceland beating England in the 2016 Euros. Oh man, another scrum penalty. What's happening? It's the fourth scrum. It's on top at the minute. If they can keep this up. Movie about Denmark victory is pretty good. Goodness me, how have I never heard of this? I guess I wasn't following football in 1992. Another scrum. Almost at 55 minutes, at 5 metres out. Wales beating England 2015. Geez, that was a good game. Their own World Cup. Better scrum from the force this time. They can't get the ball out. Here it goes. Ooh. Stowers, come on, man. Where's the support? Slow ball. They've ripped it out to the Tars. You'd like it, 2 cents, good sports film. I do like a good sports film. It must be said. You've got the force at 6-1. They'll need a hell of a comeback. Greece winning the Euros was hilarious. Geez, I vaguely remember that. I think I was following football at that time. Mexico beating New Zealand in rugby. What? The Replacements has the best quotes. I'm sure I've seen The Replacements. Can't remember any lines from it. Oh, now it's the Force who are penalised at scrum time. Jeez, that was a big scrum. Ruiz beating Joshua. I didn't watch that fight, but I saw the highlights. Saying in sports, never do anything unless you're prepared to handle the congratulations. What? I don't remember that line. I think Greece was 2004. Was it 2004? You might be right. Was I going to the Blues Crusaders game? Nah, bro. I didn't try to get tickets in time. When I did try last week, they were gone. But it's kind of worked out even, isn't it? That's a brutal one for the Force, man. I think. Oh, bro, what's a chip and chase? Oh, man. What a passage of play from the Force. They are right back down the Tars end. I was just kind of writing them off. Holy crap. That was a bit of magic, that. Play of the game. That play has Mark Hottenbother. That's Mark Morris. Oh, and then the Force have messed up the line out. Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal. They needed that, man. Let's see how the exit is. Takes this line out quickly. They're not risking that again, but they're back to halfway now, the Force. Come on, Force. Just one more try. Just to bring it back within kind of game on territory. The Tars are looking just too comfortable at the minute. The Tars have won another penalty. Rhodesia over New Zealand. I think that's probably slightly before my time. 1949, even Gaza wasn't born. How many minutes left? We're almost at the hour mark. 10 seconds away from the hour mark. Match was played 27 July. Hartsfield Rugby Ground in Bulawayo. 10 points to 8. Waratahs turn to attack. Oh, there goes Maddox again, man. He's looked good on attack. Bro, it's another try. That's brutal. It's brutal, but you guys who picked the Tars by 15 are maybe starting to look a bit conservative. They're going to check the pass. Or maybe obstruction. Carmichael Hunt's got a bit of blood. Oh, the Force guys made a bit of a meal of it, but I reckon that might get called. Andrew Reedy, he's definitely bumped into him going, can't do that. There you go, it's going to be chalked off. I don't even know if Reedy would have got him, but the fact that Harry Johnson Holmes got in his way meant that he didn't have the option, so that's lucky. No way Reedy would have got him. No way. But still can't stand in his way. Got to give him a chance to get him. And that's why I still don't like Andrew Reedy, even though I'm cheering for the Force, kind of. Andrew Reedy. My most disliked player. He's not even that well known a player, but I still don't like him. 15 points is looking the beans. Yeah, well, my pick of the Force by 2 is looking pretty average right now. Force haven't been without their chances, though. They just haven't been able to take many of them. Tars need to score again. Had them by 9. Or do you mean you need the Force to score again? Force have gone 7 phases, but they seem to be going backwards. Big pass. They're going phase after phase, but they're still not really getting anywhere. They're still just inside the Tars half. Startling results in rugby happened in 1991. Windhoek, when a young Namibian international team recorded a 15-6 win against the Irish. Man, that's a wee bit of an upset as well, isn't it? They had to kick it. They weren't getting anywhere. Maddox has made a bit of a meal of it. He's starting to run the wing today. You know he's not going to pass it. He fakes to pass it, but he's never going to pass it. He likes the contact. 2 cents gaming. I've been doing the odd Twitch stream. Very, very odd Twitch stream. I was doing Rugby 20, which is like an okay rugby game. It's not very good. It's playable. And then I made the mistake of picking up FIFA 17, which is a game 3 years older than Rugby 20, for like $8 at the warehouse. And I can't play Rugby 20 anymore. I know you can't compare FIFA and rugby because the budgets are just astronomically different, but after you play FIFA, you think Rugby 20 is just so bad. NZ Māori Lions in 2005, that was a good win. The more recent one in 2017 didn't go that well for the Māori. I seem to remember that one being a bit of a letdown. I was playing a game called Fall Guys the other day, which is mental. If you ever watch that show like Takeshi's Castle, it's kind of like that, but on PlayStation. I'm sure other platforms as well. It's just crazy. The big thing with rugby games is the difficulty in making the forwards play as important as it should be. The backs play is usually good enough. I mentioned it in my review of the game. There's a lot of things you have to gamify in a rugby game as well. Like you have to do the general play, but you have to make a scrum game. You have to make a line-out game. You have to make a goal-kicking game. You have to make a ruck and maul game. So you got like 5 little mini games you got to make alongside the main game itself. It's pretty hard to get it right. Most games scrummaging is usually pretty boring, and you can't really use it like anywhere like you use it in real rugby. So. Fall Guys is the new buzz in gaming. Even talks of competitive. Yeah, it's just mental. I've played it for a few hours. It's fun. It's dumb, but it's fun. Drink Soul beer, much cheaper and the same quality as Corona. I will have a look next time, man. I think they sell it here. It's one of the few beers we can get here. Do you think North-South will be killed off or called off? I can't see it going ahead, man. Not at Eden Park anyway. Not in Auckland. I don't see it. Right, the Force have got 14 minutes to do something. In any case, the best sports game is Blood Bowl. I've played Blood Bowl. When it was released on PC a few years back, I never played the sequel, but I played Orcs and Goblins. I played Blood Bowl. I played it a lot. I liked it. What can I say? It's a good game. The maul is normally very disappointing. Yeah, the maul usually has some, in rugby games, has like a fixed stamina meter that once you've gone that far, you just can't go any further. So, I don't know. Is that a knock on? It's going backwards for mine. You shouldn't be dropping it though. Don't give the referee a decision to make. Which other rugby YouTubers' content do you watch regularly? I watch, I would say at least half, if not more, of Squidge's stuff. Because he doesn't put that much stuff out. G-Man, I definitely pop in and watch him a fair bit. I used to watch a bit of Off the Ball, but that's more of like a professional one. That's an Irish one. And I watched Joe's House of Rugby quite a lot, especially the English one in recent times. But again, that's more professional. That's not like an independent rugby YouTube channel. Is level 3 restriction quite bad out there in Auckland? It just means you can't go into any shops, man. You can only go into places like pharmacies, supermarkets. If you want to go to McDonald's, you certainly can't go inside. If you want to go to the liquor store, you can't go inside. Yeah, more knock-ons. And some businesses just can't open. If you're in a face-to-face business, like I wanted to see my doctor the other day, but I couldn't even speak to him on the phone. Couldn't get a face-to-face appointment. Squidge is a beast for... the breakdown is good for New Zealand content. John Kerwin drives me nuts, which is why I can't always watch the breakdown. Patrick, you're up before work. You like Squidge. Yeah, Squidge is good value, man. That guy's got a real brain for analysing the patterns of play and stuff like that. Patrick, my day at work's already finished. I'm not far from bed. My Friday's done, but I didn't really even have to leave the house to go to work today. Tar's looking sharp on the back line, especially Maddox, man. He's looking really dangerous. Victoria had 378 cases. That's down, right? And yeah, Batman's right. You can still get everything taken away. Like, I bought this Corona at the liquor store, but I just had to give him the money and he gave me the beer and I walked away. So you can get it through the window, but just not in the store. You can still do takeaways. You can still get Uber Eats. You can still... you can also go to convenience stores. They are still open, but you can only go one person in, one person out. Only one person in the store at a time. Zimbabwe, bro, you're late. There's only 10 minutes to go. You should watch NGJ Rugby. Yes, I have watched his stuff, but like you said, he's not regular. So I don't check it because I don't know when he's going to be posting. He's done some good ones. But I feel like consistency is kind of important. Watching from Wellington up the Canes. At least you guys get to have a game tomorrow, man. My Blues game is gone. Right. This will be brutal if the Tars score another one. They've knocked it on at the line out. Force are going to exit. Consistency is key. I may not be a lot of things. Like, I don't do fancy editing. I don't have time to watch, and probably not the brain power to watch a game like 3 times to analyze all the strategies. But I'll bloody upload a video pretty much every day. Bloody Tars, it hurts me deep to see them win. I picked the Force, man, and it's it's an unfortunate result the way it's going, but good for the Tars. Good for the Tars. Team 14 and Squid Rugby are two channels I can't watch. Squid is too much comedic element to it, and Team 14 weren't really YouTubers for me. I like Skinny Brew and G-Man. Skinny Brew, I forgot to mention him. He's also good value. I like his style of humor as well. He's quite funny. He's got quite a Reddit style humor. You're up there, Mark, of rugby content on YouTube. I think your strength is streaming because of consistency. Yeah. Like I said, if there's one thing I can do, it's make a lot of bloody content. Driving more? Yeah, he does probably even more than me. He does a heap of content. Fan interaction. Yeah, I used to be able to reply to comments a lot more when my day job was a lot quieter. I used to sit there at work replying to YouTube comments, but I don't have as much time anymore. And when I started the channel, I only had one kid, so that was easier to reply to. I used to reply to every single YouTube comment, but I don't have time for it as much anymore, which kind of sucks because I like the interaction. I still read the comments. Feel sorry for you fellas in Auckland. We're all good, man. I think for the most part, we're all good. As much as we can. Have you seen the Lion King meme re-Auckland? I have not. I have not. I like your stuff because you're an everyman type of bloke. Yeah. I definitely never tried to portray myself as any kind of expert on anything ever. That's true. I remember those days of the quick replies from 2 cents. Yeah, bro, my day job used to be really cruisy. Really, really cruisy. I kind of wish I'd stayed in that role, but there you go. Do you get many mean comments? I got one today, actually, but not that often. If people are out and out abusive, I usually just block them, especially if it's like first comment on the channel and they don't actually make a point. If they're just like hurling crap, I just block them. If that's at me or if it's at somebody else. But if it's like critique, that's fine. I don't mind that. What was the mean commented about? Someone said in one of the videos today, oh no, here go the towers again. Hunt. I brought it to another try. Jake Gordon's going to go over. Some guy said I've got a low IQ and that I sound like Trump. I was like, what? And then he commented on another video 2 minutes later saying, you need to get some presentation skills. And I was like, okay. Why did you watch my second video if you didn't like the first one? And he said, I was giving you a second chance. I'm like, okay, cool story. Anyway, Gordon's got the try. They're checking it by the looks of things. They're just checking that Carmichael Hunt was onside. I love watching Squid Rugby. There's such a unique charm of the conversational style of 2 cents. Yeah, very different people, aren't we? Harrison with the kick. I'm pretty sure Hunt's onside there. I think that should be good to go, right? Guy sounds like a moron. Yeah. Some people just want to troll, man. What are you going to do? It's the internet. What I mean by everyman is you don't call your followers the 2 Cents Nation. Ah, okay. Right. I try not to be, um, yeah. I try not to be all kind of YouTubey. Like, for the most part, I think I don't say, like, maybe I should, because people tell me I should remind them, but I don't say, like, smash that like button, and remember to subscribe, and share this with your friends. Like, I don't know. I figure if people want to do that, they will do it. But then some people have legit told me, bro, you should tell me to like the video because I always forget to like the video. So, I don't know. I just, when I watch somebody else's channel, they're like, smash that like button. I'm like, don't tell me what to do. Wow. Indeed, no try. Yep. Lucky. 4 minutes. Have the force still got time? You guys with your 15-point pick are hanging in there, all right. They've still got time, though. Here come the Tars. Into touch. Two centers. 2 Cents family. Okay. Yeah. I can't see myself doing that, but you never know. Maybe in a few years I'll be all in that mode. I think it should be made law that people have to give their real identities on the internet. Give their driver's license, passport, pictures, to be repercussions for your actions. That's what it's like in China. If you want to sign up for an account, you have to give your ID card. The 2 Cents long dogs. That's the ultimate inside joke, isn't it? That's going to be a marker of how long you've been on my channel for, if you know what I'm talking about when I say long dong in the context of watching rugby and beer. What are you going to do without watching high quality Kiwi rugby? The Premiership starting tomorrow, man, and the Pro 14, I think, a week later. You'll find some substitutes. Super Rugby AU is still going to be on. A bit of an anticlimactic second half, I suppose. A lot of close chances, but not so much going else. The common sense. Oh, need to get a little drum kit for that one. Yeah, South African domestic season is probably going to start mid-September as well, which is also good news. Premiership is starting today, not tomorrow. Yeah, true, actually. For you guys, it is today. For me, it's still one more sleep. Really love the non-YouTube style. When I'm in the right mood, I can enjoy so-called YouTubers, but watching 2 Cents is always therapeutic. 2 Cents Rugby sounds way better than Mark Rugby. Whole fan cup thing can be cheesy, but throwing in the name Long Dong can sway me. There you go. Tars have got one minute to spoil your guys' pick of 15 plus or 15, whatever it was, 15 points. Hannigan, is he held up? Oof. Force is still defending. Oh, try to the Waratahs. And cheers, Grant, for that. Is that enough to buy me a long dong if I was in Taiwan? Harry Johnson Holmes on 79 minutes. He's done you guys, man. He's done it. He's a meter out. He buries himself and he just goes under. Assuming that ball's touching the whitewash. Cheers, Grant. Oh, they've missed the conversion. And there goes everybody's margin. I will update the whiteboard in a tick. But I figure the game's going to be over before I'll probably do that at the end. The Waratahs still want one more try for the bonus point, I guess. That's why they took the conversion so quickly. Still going. You're going to watch the Northern Hemisphere comps. I'm going to watch the Premiership tomorrow morning, New Zealand time. I don't think I'll have time to watch all the games that they play every week, but I'll at least try and watch one. And like the Pro 14 starting not long after as well. So I'll probably have a look at the fixtures list and try to pick a game each weekend to see if I can watch it. Now, Laurent's convinced that saved his margin, but the Waratahs are still fighting. They want the bonus point try. It's messy, and the ref is going to rule that there was a knock-on and all that, and that's going to be the game. Boom, Tars by 20. Spot on for Michael. My pick of the Force by 2 is looking rather foolish. What can I say? I picked with the heart, and I thought the Waratahs 2 weeks in a row would not be a thing. But there you go. It was a thing. All right. I'm going to finish this beer. Whip up a quick summary of the game. And then, yeah, I'm going to go to bed and get up early to watch Quins take on Sale, which is as close as we're going to get to South African rugby getting underway anytime soon because, like I mentioned, a lot of the players are South African. So, anyway, yeah, congratulations on you guys who picked that one. I did not. And, yeah. I'll see you guys again for the next one. Take care. Stay safe, as always. And, yeah, tomorrow we've still got the Highlanders kicking off 3 o'clock, so I might see you guys for that one as well. All right. Take care, folks. Cheers, everybody. See you again. Bye-bye.